Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Defy Aging. We are now in week 27. All right, if you can believe that. So this week we are sticking with stations, rotating around the turf. A little bit different because we're going to have 4 rounds where our more typical amount of rounds is 3. So 4 rounds, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off for everything. And there's only 5 stations. That's kind of the another little change. Usually we have 6 to 8. So 5 stations, 4 rotations around, 30 on, 30 off. Pretty straightforward. All right, let's get to some demonstration. And station 1 is going to be a slam ball. So many of you will be familiar with this unless you're brand new with us. So we have our slam balls. We want to make sure we're using the ones that, the gray torque ones like this. We don't want to use a plastic medicine ball because those will bounce actually too high. So we're going to lift up as high as you can, give it a good slam. And the key here is to slam it hard enough so that it comes back up with a good bounce. If we just kind of let it fall, it's not going to bounce up very high. So then it's reliant on you to add that power and that force and that strength to give it a good slam. Use a challenging weight. I know all the clubs have kind of different weights of their slam balls, so we should have a few options for you. And that is station 1. And station 2, we got some stability ball this week. We're going to do ball wall squats, which again, we've done this one before. So the trick here, it can be a little scary if it's new because it does feel a little unstable. But if you're pressing into the ball, you really shouldn't worry about tipping over because you have that force against the wall to hold the ball in place. But it does feel a little unsteady. Also, key here is you want to start with your feet a pretty good distance forward. And I'll show you why. If I start with my feet, if I'm just straight up and down, my feet are directly under me. When I bend my knees to go down into my squat, my knees then come way too far forward for a squat. So lean into the ball, feet are out in front of you. And then when we bend those knees to go into our squat, it has that better alignment of where we want our knees to be for a proper squat. Keep your back against the ball at all times. What I mean by that is we're not leaning forward like this. And another key here is you want to start it kind of low. Start it kind of on your tailbone. If we start it too high, then when we go down, we're losing the support here because we didn't start the ball low enough. So start it kind of low so that for the whole distance of your squat, your back is fully supported. Okay, just go as low as you are able to go. And that is station 2, working those legs. Station 3 is a single arm farmer's carry. We'll use kettlebells for this. Since we have 4 rounds, we'll do 2 rounds on one side, 2 rounds on the other side, alternating. So round 1, right side, round 2, left, and then round 3, right side and back to left. Then we don't have to worry about switching sides at the 15-second mark halfway through. So we'll just keep going for the whole set on one side. Pick up your kettlebell safe, so bend your knees to pick it up. We don't want to, strain our back just picking it up, right? And pick a challenging weight because we aren't lifting it like this. We aren't curling it. We aren't squatting with it. We're stabilizing it and walking. So pick a challenging kettlebell, challenging weight. Try not to let this pull you down like this. It's good to do this in front of a mirror so you can kind of see yourself. We want to still kind of level out those shoulders as best we can. You're going to really feel the opposite side oblique. So if you were to poke this opposite side, you're really going to feel those muscles kicking into gear. Keep your shoulder kind of down and back so we're not rounding or rolling forward. Once you have the setup in place, we go for a nice slow controlled walk, whatever route your coach has set up in the space that you have. Again, it's not a speed game. We're not going for any certain speed, so a nice controlled walk. Try to keep those sides level and locked in and not let that one side kind of dip down. All right, that's our single arm farmer's carry. Next station is a lateral box run. So we did have the lateral step ups last week. So this is a little bit different. So we're not going for height. I mean, you can pick the one that's one level higher than this too, but the challenge here, we're not going for height. We're going more for speed. So we want this to be a speed, agility type of drill, as opposed to like a strength exercise where we're trying to go high to really work those muscles, if that makes sense. So don't worry about challenge. We don't want something that's like as high as you can possibly step, because we want to add this speed component. Up, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. That's our pattern. Okay, I definitely recommend looking down at it the whole time, just so we don't like kind of miss a step like this or start to kind of inch forward. And then, so I recommend gazing slightly downward at it while you're doing it to make sure you know where your feet are going. Same kind of thing. We have 2 rounds. Sorry, we have 4 rounds. So we'll do 2 rounds. This is where it might be hard to remember where you were at. I'm leading with my right leg the whole set. Notice my right leg goes up first, down first, up first, and that just keeps it flowing really well. So now next time I come around to this for round 2, I'm going to try to remember to lead with my left foot. Left up, left down, left up, left down. So not a huge deal, but just to even things out, if you can remember what side you were on each time, let's do 2 rounds leading with each leg. If the step is not working for us, if that's not where we're at, maybe we have a knee condition or something, no worries. We'll turn into a lateral floor run where we do the same in, out pattern. The only difference is we have taken out the box, so we don't have to do that elevated step. If there's any knee issue or anything like that. Okay, so that's a speed drill, so keep the speed in mind, and that is the lateral box run. Last station is a core station. It's going to be a heel touch, or they're called heel touches. The caveat with this one, or kind of the catch-22 double-edged sword, I don't know what phrase, they all mean the same, I think, is that it can tire out your neck a little bit, but I'll give you a little trick to alleviate some of the neck strain a little bit. What it looks like, though, is you're lying on your back. You scoot your feet in as close as you can to your butt so the feet aren't way out here. Okay, now I'm going to have my arms down at my sides. I'm going to lift my upper body into a crunch. Like if I was going to do continual crunches, that's what this looks like. But we're staying up in that crunch. So this is just constantly engaged. Now, this is where it can tire out your neck because we're doing this for 30 seconds. So a good trick is to just tuck your chin down towards your chest as much as you can, like you're trying to look at your belly button. Okay, having the chin tucked like this with your head almost looking straight forward is a little less tiring on your neck than if you were to kind of keep it like this. This is extreme. My neck's already feeling strained and tired, but if I do this, kind of keep it more looking at my belly button. So you still feel the neck, but it's a little less intense. If in the middle of the set, maybe your abs are doing okay, but your neck's getting tired, rest your head down for like 3 seconds and then get back into it. Now, let me show you the actual exercise. It's called heel touches. So we're kind of swiveling or twisting side to side, reaching for those heels. Try to keep the movement in really tight. So what I mean by that is we're not kind of like waving the arm too much like this. The arms kind of stay at your side and you're just kind of like shifting or swiveling side to side. Okay, so again, we're not doing a big thing like this. It's really small and tight and kind of a compact movement. Okay, so if anyone is not getting onto the floor, you're going to use a bench. And make sure you're like scooted forward, so you have some space on the side here. So I wouldn't want to be like all the way back, because then I don't have space on the side of me. What we're gonna do, it's really a visual helps this one. I want you to pretend like you are trying to pick something up in a tight space, like between 2 chairs at a restaurant. You like drop your napkin and you're trying to squeeze down between the chairs to get it, because what we don't want to do is like lean too far. We're going for just a little shift down as low as you can control it, up, and then to the other side. What's important with this is we're not leaning forward. It's weird because it's the modification for the heel touch, but it's actually almost more complicated in a way, because what we don't want to do is lean forward like this. That is not working your obliques or your core. It's just leaning forward. But we're going straight down to the side. It's keeping my body and my chest up tall. Okay? So I hope this makes sense. As low as you can go. You're keeping it in tight. You're not trying to go over here. So if we are not doing the floor exercises, that's going to be your alternative. Okay, and the team builder this week's going to be a jump, squat, circle. So, fix my earbuds here. We're going to be in a big circle with all of the clients, all the participants of each session. If you have it might be a big circle, or it might just be 3 of you, depending on what session and what day. We're for anywhere from 1 minute to 2 minutes, depending on the time you have left available. So it can be up to your coach. We're going to kind of go around the circle and do a jump squat type of routine. So everyone, it's kind of like the mirror, the I go, you go, but instead of just having one partner, we're all doing it as a group. So I'm going to do 1 jump squat, Right when I'm done, the person next to me is they're going to do theirs. When they're done, the next person does theirs. When they're done, and we go around the circle. When it gets back to me, I'm going to increase it to two. Now the person next to me does two. The person next to them does two. Okay, so think of it like kind of the wave when you go to like a baseball game. So we want it to be nice and smooth and continual. So as soon as I'm done with that second one, this person is going. So be conscious of what is happening around you so we can keep it moving nice and smooth. Then when it gets back to me, I'm going to do three, and then everyone else does three. So we're going to do that for like whatever allotted time, 60 seconds, minute and a half, whatever you have time for it, and see what high rep count you can get to. Maybe if we have 12 people in our session, it's going to take a longer time to come around. We might only get to two for everybody. Anyways, but it'll be kind of fun. That's our jump squat circle for our team builder, plus a little bit of legs for the finisher. All right, everybody, that wraps up week 27. So I hope you enjoy this workout and these exercises, and I'll see you back next week. FYI, next week we will also be the first official full week of July. So that'll be the new warm up and the new cool down. So something else to look forward to in week 28.